Brews. Yeah. All right. Welcome, everyone, to the latest episode of Bits and Brews with Brent and Brian. I'm Brent.
I'm Brian.
And with us, as always,
the man they call Buzz.
A man called Buzz. Now, ordinarily, we play 3 randomly selected games from a catalog of over 4,000 titles. But we're trying something different right now. We're giving you a special all about X-Rated Atari 2600 games. We're going to try 3 of these taboo games and their interesting counterpoints. And to tell you more about that, pornographic video game expert, Brian.
Just a little brief explanation. There was a company in the 80s named Mystique that made games for the Atari 2600. They were unlicensed. They ended up being sued by Atari for essentially releasing pornographic video games for sale on the Atari 2600. Once they went out of business, the game library was purchased by another company called PlayAround, who somehow didn't learn from the mistakes of Mystique, but they decided to change the genders. So there is, for each one of these games, where you're playing mainly as a man, the PlayAround games mostly have you playing as a woman. But the goal in all of the games is the same, and that's to have as much sex as possible,
right,
essentially. So we're going to play the original game, and then we're going to play the PlayAround gender swap version of the game as well.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and give a warning. Parents, I know normally families come together to watch Bits and Brews, but we're going to have to ask you to please turn the children away. This is not for kids. Now, while we play video games, we always have something to drink. The titular brews. What are we drinking this week, Brian?
I am having Great Lakes Brewing Company Commodore Perry IPA.
All right. I'm having Mad Tree Brewing Company's Happy Amber. Did I say it right?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think I did.
Buzz, I reject pornography, let me say that, as well as alcohol. So I'm drinking something very exotic and something that no one has really heard of. It's called kombucha blueberry ginger with live probiotics.
Oh.
It's supposed to keep refrigerated. It has active cultures. It's got a picture of West Virginia with the number 1 in it. So, who knows what's going to happen when
something's wrong right there. West Virginia, it's not number 1.
Sounds like if yogurt was tea. That's what you're drinking.
Ugh. All right, well, with that terrible image in mind, we're going to launch ahead into a different kind of yogurt, the yogurt of classic Atari 2600 pornography. Brian, what is the first purposefully selected game of the evening?
We are going to select, from the original console, mind you, the first game will be Custer's Revenge, probably one of the most notorious of the pornographic games. So, let's get that one started, shall we?
Let's.
Oh my. Now, you are Custer. You are naked with the exception of boots, a neckerchief, and a hat. And the entire point of the game is to get away from the arrows, get to the side, and fuck the Indian as much as you can.
Now this game...
and then you get hit in the head with an arrow.
This is offensive on every possible level. It's offensive to people who find this sexuality offensive.
Yeah.
It is racially offensive.
It is true. It is basically, when the game came out, there were all kinds of groups protesting it. They were saying it was rape, and technically, I guess it is. The woman is tied to a cactus, and every time you get hit by an arrow, you need to, you get a softie, essentially. It's just not as exciting.
Right.
So,
I take issue with their deformed beak-like noses.
well, there's nothing I can do about that, Brent.
All right, there you have it. Terrible. Terrible. So, the next game, the gender-swapped version of the Custer's Revenge. This one's called, Brian?
General Retreat. It is essentially exactly the same game.
I do like the bounce of her boobs.
Yes. You are no longer Custer. You are the Indian. Custer is the one tied to the cactus. You are a woman now, and you have to...
He seems to be into it.
Hit in the head.
By all indications.
Yes, he is very into it. You have to get your way from one side of the screen to the other so that you can leap on the man's giant dick.
I'm a little alarmed by her sentient feather in her headdress.
Britt, I think I did the last one. You're going to need to do this one, and maybe even Buzz.
So what am I doing?
You're just going to get all the way to the giant dick and just press the button and hump it as much as you can. Good job.
Thank you.
And then down at the bottom, just as in the previous game, it keeps track of your thrusts. So you've had 26 in that last one. We're going to set it for you. Now,
when's this bitch gonna move?
You have 15 seconds to.
She's not doing nothing. She's not moving.
Wait till the music's over, and then there you go. You got it, Brent. You got 5 seconds, Brent. Get over there. Get on that dick, Brent. Oh!
You hate to see that. I mean, I truly do hate to see this. All right, Buzz is going to overcome his personal boundaries and discomfort to play something called Bachelor Party. Now this, if I'm not mistaken, is a sprite representation of Tom Hanks.
Possibly.
I can see that.
All right, start the game.
You basically have a X-rated version of Breakout, where instead of a paddle hitting a ball, you are hitting a man.
With a penis.
Yes. When he flies towards the women, he gets a hard-on. When he comes back, he has a softie.
But why am I agreeing to do this, though?
I don't know.
One assumes that by hitting the woman, you are actually... That's a simulation of coitus? That you are completing a sex act of some sort?
It's possible. It's very possible.
I find these images very erotic, by the way.
Now, I want to ask the question, would you willingly have sex with a green woman?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen Star Trek?
Really?
No, that's not
What if she wasn't an alien, but just a green...
Like she has some sort
decaying
of circulatory problem?
Come on.
I'm going to say I'm going to take that on a case-by-case basis, Brian.
Buzz, you have 75, I don't know if they're points or thrusts or conquests or what, but you've got 75 of them.
Oh, Buzz.
Oh, dear. Well,
as Buzz always says, holes is holes.
Here's the beauty of this. Let me see that for a second. Now, we are going to do the female version of that game. And it is Bachelorette Party. As you might suspect, it is exactly the same as the other game, except you're sending out a woman, and every time you send her out, she just thrusts her boobs out instead of a giant penis. So, here we go. Let's see if I can get some points here.
Why is it playing Happy Birthday? And did Mildred and Patty Hill know that their song was being used in this manner? Famous Louisvillians, by the way. Mildred and Patty Hill.
Check it out. They get their little dicks fly up when the woman's coming at them. I don't think.
Well, that's how mine
I
works.
never even noticed that.
If you only sing the first part of the happy birthday phrase, you're okay.
Oh, okay.
All right, here you go, Brent. You got to try it.
Okay.
You haven't done it yet.
I do like Breakout, and I do like
just hit the button to make the girl come out. There you go.
That's how I usually do it.
I'm guessing
I hit the button to make her come out. Did you see what I'm saying here?
I do.
Because of a button.
So I'm guessing the thing on the side
There's a man in a boat.
is supposed to be a boob. So you're a boob throwing women out at the naked women. Is that what that is? I don't know if it's supposed to be a boob with a nipple or I don't know what that is.
Whew, I'm terrible at this.
Keep going.
Happy birthday, that's wrong. It's Bachelor Party. That was the wrong song.
The wrong song.
I'm tired of this. All right, Brian, what's last? I think you've saved a classic for us here for the final entries.
The last game, probably the single most disgusting of the trio. It's called Beat 'em and Eat 'em. And that's pretty much exactly what you're doing. So let's just get started here.
The face he makes when he ejaculates.
Yes. You have a man across the top with a giant penis sending down little jizz sprites, and you use the paddle controller to have the women catch his seed in their mouths.
Wait, they lick their lips.
I'm actually not allowed to look at this.
Turn away.
It just keeps
please turn away from the screen.
Faster and faster, too.
Look at his face. Now, I mean...
Let's see how many of these I can get here. Wait. Oh, yeah.
Brian, I've always said you're a talented cum catcher.
Well, if there's ever been a world-class semen catcher, it's me, Brent. Check it out. Yeah! 27. 27 jizz blasts right there. All right.
I do admire
It's going faster
his
now.
brief refractory period.
See, once you miss, then it doesn't let you, you just have to stop, basically. Eventually it just gets so fast that you can't really catch them all. Oh!
That attitude you can't.
And here's the best part. Here's the best part. Let it go for just a second here. Once you fail completely to catch jizz in your mouth, the city explodes.
That's right, ladies. Listen up. It's your duty to the city. Swallow that cum. Gosh, I feel bad about saying that.
I feel bad about hearing it.
Gosh, I feel bad about it.
Now, you have the female version of this game.
Clam 'em and ram 'em.
Called...
Danny with the off-screen jokes.
For some reason, this
Clam
game
'em and ram 'em is what he
Clam 'em
said.
and ram 'em. That would have been much better than what they decided on, which was Philly Flasher, where you're now a woman dressed as a witch at the top of the screen, sending down what I can only assume is like vaginal juice. Here you go, there, Brent.
Here, Buzz, I think it's you.
And
But are they in a prison? Is that what I'm seeing?
They look like they're in little jail outfits, yeah.
yeah, I don't know
With big
why
old
the
boners.
men are in prison and the woman he's got to catch them. But the best part is if you can catch them all, then yes, they masturbate.
The fact that I'm watching this happen, making this happen, and using a paddle and just kind of twisting my fingers.
Do it.
The fact that she's a witch adds an element to this that I find delightful.
I know, and I don't even know the whole Philly Flasher thing or why they're in jail. But
Maybe they're in jail
even-
because they were flashers.
Even though this one is basically a copy of the other game, I find it infinitely more amusing to play.
Absolutely.
Because there's something about the dudes jerking off is just funnier than the women licking their lips. Oh!
Whoa! Outstanding, Buzz.
Wait a minute! This is gonna be the fastest one yet. Can you get this one?
You can do it. Get
No.
the PJ.
But wait a minute now. Hold on. Let it run out and see if the city explodes when the men lose too. Oh, wait, I thought that was your last life. Now it's still going. And yeah. So the jail explodes. The city explodes. I mean, the future of our race depends on how much of these.
Whether you're a man or a woman,
Yeah.
whatever body fluids fall from the sky, you are duty bound to swallow them, America. Well, there you have it, our first and most likely last X-Rated Atari 2600 special. Are we supposed to now rate these games?
I don't really know how I would rate these games.
What scale will we use on 1 to 5 of what item?
I find Beat 'em and Eat 'em to be the most thoroughly created game, the most thoroughly realized of the concepts. I found the Bachelor Party to be the most enjoyable mechanic because it's like it's Breakout, and I found Custer's Revenge far and away the most vile.
I would have to say that I agree with all of those because you're essentially raping people in Custer's Revenge.
Yeah, it's no good.
And the Beat 'em Eat 'em, they're all really into it.
I mean, you have rape and racism, comfortably packaged in an amusing, colorful little game. Yeah, I'm uncomfortable with that. So
let's just say 3 stars for everything.
okay,
right,
3 stars right up the middle.
There you go.
All right, our beers. I had the Happy Amber by Mad Tree Brewing Company. Good job, folks. Thanks. I drank it.
That's a glowing review. I had the Commodore Perrier IPA, and it is surprisingly not very hoppy. It's good. I like it. But I think that if I hadn't known it was an IPA from reading the label, I wouldn't have thought it was an IPA. It tastes more like just a regular pale ale to me. But still a solid beer. I'd give it a good 3.5 stars. I'd drink it again.
Simple Truth Organic Blueberry Ginger Kombucha from the refrigerated section at your local store. It's just riddled with L. rhamnosus. I'm afraid there's no GMOs, so, they'll make care, I guess.
That sounds like the name of another Atari.
L. rhamnosus?
L. rhamnosus. Yeah.
Very exotic. It's got a hint of smoky flavor. It's a 4-star drink. I would recommend this to people like Brent.
No, you wouldn't.
Take a taste, Brent.
No, I don't like tea.
What?
I hate tea. I don't drink brewed drinks.
3% juice.
Other than beer.
Tea hates you, Brent.
Good. All right, folks, there you have it, our special episode. Please follow us on the Twitter at Bits and Brews. Please email us, bitsandbrews@gmail.com. If you have questions, email them, buzzquestions@hotmail.com. Check out our YouTube channel, 2 Men 1 Couch, and check out our other programs, such as Movie Fight and One-on-One with Glenn and Brent. Until next time, from Danny Cash and everyone here at 2 Men 1 Couch Studios, we wish you caviar dreams and wishes.
And X-rated wishes.
Yes. Beat 'em and eat 'em.
I can't do it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's great,
X-rated!
guys.
No. Distasteful. No. What? Is that how you love people?
It's called the buffer and hump.
It usually has chloroform on it.